Hey guys, Dalton with US Steam, and today I'm going to show you how to utilize your steamer to do a touchless cleaning in a bathroom. So we're going to start with the urinal and everything around it. So first, we have the single hole nozzle, brass brush. We're going to attach that to the handle directly. I'm going to remove this vacuum attachment just because it's going to kind of be in the way. We won't need it. And we're going to start with the tile around the backsplash of the urinal. So something to note when you're using that is that you have these fine grout lines. So just really work the brush back and forth, side to side, and that's going to really get in those grout lines because they are so small. Now, as you can see, under pressure, I'm not pushing down so hard on this brush that it's matting it completely. It's still got a lot of rigidity, a lot of form, so you can keep using it for a while. So next, we are going to clean the handle and the mechanical parts around it using the brass brush and the single hole nozzle. So the brass brush is going to be coarse enough that it will actually clean the surface, agitate it, without damaging that stainless material. And again, same concept applies, don't push too hard. So the next, we're going to use the long jet nozzle. And so this is just going to allow for a little bit more reach. We're not going to worry about the vacuum. Again, we're just using steam only here. We're going to get to all the hard areas to reach is what we're going to focus on. So you'll see we'll focus on the connection points where it connects to the wall and then to the urinal itself. And as you're cleaning, you'll get a lot of grime out of there. So the best thing to do is going to be push that off to the side, and we'll save that for later when it comes to cleanup. We'll actually clean that up using another attachment here in a little while. Another thing we do is get inside the urinal. We're not even going to touch it. We're going to get the steam nozzle very close. We're going to go down that urinal, just kind of run it down. That way we can just flush away the mess. So now that we've done that, we're going to use the small extraction nozzle. And that small extraction nozzle is going to have the squeegee on the end. So we're going to turn the vacuum on, and then we're going to pull the trigger for the steam, and that's it. Now we're going to cover the flat surfaces and try to remove that grime that I was talking about a minute ago. So now that we've cleaned up our mess that we made from the original brushes, we're going to now go and clean the grout lines. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the extension wands and the single hole nozzle with a brass brush. In this case, brass is just fine. It's not going to damage the grout. Brass is great in most cases. It's got a little more rigidity, a little more coarseness than the nylon. You only need nylon in soft, porous settings that may scratch the surface too much. So we're going to pull the trigger. No vacuum, just steam only. We're going to steam the grout lines. So the key here is to go somewhat quickly without pushing down super hard. We're going to let the steam do the work for us. And as you can see, I'm kind of twisting the brush side to side. What that's going to do is to get those peaks and valleys in the grout line. And then it's going to actually allow to blow that dirt out, as you can see there. And I'm going to stay in kind of a 3x3 area. And that's going to make it go a lot faster, because what we're going to do is after this, we're going to take the vacuum attachment and we're going to vacuum up this mess. That way it doesn't soak right back into the tile and grout and defeat our entire purpose of cleaning. So we'll swap this out and then put the floor brush on. So we're going to steam and vacuum. And the big thing here is always to use the reach and pull method. So we're going to reach and pull away. That's going to allow the squeegees to vacuum up the mess and actually scrub the floor at the same time. So vacuum on, trigger pulled. And as a last step, I'm going to let off the steam trigger just with the vacuum on only. We're going to get most of that wet mess up, and that way we don't have a long dry time. And your bathroom is back to 100% when you're finished. Now turn this brush over, let the vacuum run for a little bit longer after you've cleaned. It'll allow the time to get through the 10-foot hose and into the vacuum tank, so that way you don't dump out a mess and have to start all over again. And that's it, pretty simple.